Oh, don't mind me. I was just listening to some music to get me pumped up for this lesson. All right, Miss Cregan's class. Well, once again, for circumstances out of our control, we have to meet asynchronously. So, for those who don't remember who I am Mr. Berglund. You can call me Professor Berglund because I am a scientist now. But welcome back to Science. This is Science Part 2 to help you further learn, and we're going to talk about what science will look like this year. All right? So we're just going to move along in this presentation, about me, how are you feeling today? Really check in and see how am I feeling today. And if we're tired, go to bed earlier. A lot of you are staying up late. We're on that summer party time, but we got to go to bed. All right, get your sleep. We want to be well rested for class. All right, so this is where it gets exciting. We're going to talk about my expectations for you. I know Mrs. Cregan has talked to you about her expectations for you, so it's my turn. So again, we need to respect one another. All right, and what this looks like for me is that we're being courteous. When someone is talking, that we're listening to what they have to say. We're not making fun of one another. We're not calling each other names. All right, we're going to be respectful. We're treating each other how we want to be treated. Because I want people to be comfortable, and we're going to be a little like a family, and we want people to feel comfortable to be able to share their ideas without being worried that they're going to be made fun of or judged. All right, so please respect one another. I'm going to respect you. Let's give each other that respect. Right here, I have adopt a growth mindset. You'd be like, what is a growth mindset? And I'm going to tell you, growth mindset is a feeling that we never stop learning and growing, that we're not just stuck in a place, that we're always going to continue to learn, continue to grow. So we're not saying I can't do this. We're not saying it's too hard, because when we say I can't do this, we're limiting ourselves. And we're saying I can't exceed right where I'm at as far as my understanding of a concept. No, we're going to break those barriers. We're going to burst through, right? And we're going to grow, and we're going to learn from each experience. You may fail something. You may do horribly on a test or a quiz, and that's okay. It's okay to feel down about it, but you know what? Now we know where we're at. Where the bar is set, now we're going to grow. We're going to keep learning. Now we know where we don't understand some concepts, and we're going to learn, and we're going to keep growing. So that's a growth mindset. You guys have grades. You're getting graded in science this year. So I need you, and expect you to turn in your assignments on time. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't do it on time, then you're just creating more work for you, and it's going to keep piling up, and you're going to be up to your neck in work. So let's just turn it in on time. Let's be respectful and responsible. Use Google Classroom appropriately. So I'm going to be posting assignments there on Google Classroom. I am going to turn off the chat, so we just can't be having those random chats, because if you want to talk about Fortnite or a TV show or something that you kids are into, go ahead and do that on Instagram. Call them up, have a Zoom conversation with them on your own. But Google Classroom is for classroom academic conversations. We will be using Jamboard. I did and will be posting a screencast as well on what Jamboard is, but Jamboard is another platform that will allow us to kind of have discussions and post ideas there. And we're going to use that appropriately as well. Do your best. Right here, do your best. I want 100%, because when you do your best, you know what you're capable of. If you hold yourself back, you don't really know what your full potential is. And I just want you to do your best and feel comfortable to be able to do your best. Google Meet protocols, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same, but I don't think Google Meets, you have the option to change your background. But just remember, keep it neutral. Right here, you can see my office, right? I'm not in the ocean. I'm not changing, so I'm in ocean or I'm in space, floating. No. Google Chat, we're going to really hold off on using Google Chat. We can use Google Chat, the chat option in Google Meets. Let me know if you have to go to the bathroom. Like, hey, Mr. Berglund, type in chat, Mr. Berglund, go into the bathroom, be back soon, or going to grab some water. We will be having conversations and discussions, and I'm going to be like, all right, you know what? Talking about mixtures, go ahead, share your ideas. What are you thinking? Share your ideas in the chat, and that's when we're going to use it. But I don't want to hear about, what did you guys have for lunch or anything. Again, academic conversations in the chat in Google Meet. Talk about bathroom. When you want to share, go ahead and raise your hand. I can't see all of you on the screen at one time. So if you've been raising your hand and it's been up for a couple of minutes, you can unmute yourself real quick and be like, Mr. Berglund, I have a question. And if I'm in the middle of something, I'll say, what is your name? I'll get back to you as soon as I can, but just hold it up. And we're going to stay muted until I call on you. All right. You're going to be getting science tools. For fifth grade, you guys have a lot of chemicals that I'm sending home with you. There is nothing joking about this. You need to use it safely. Nothing should be going in your eyes, in your mouth. All right. Use it appropriately, because if we ever get the chance to be in school in person, I will take it away and you will lose the right and the privilege to get to use them. This is dangerous stuff. It can hurt you, harm you. So really be careful with it. All right. It's a learning tool and we need to use it, but you're in fifth grade, so I expect you to use it responsibly. All right. Student rights. You'd be like, Mr. Bergen, what are student rights? So this is just something that every student is entitled to and also expected. At the bottom, they're expected to. But right here, students' right. Number one, you have the right to make a contribution to an attentive, responsive audience. Let me say that in English for you, because I know there's a few big words. Students, each and every one of you has the right to share your ideas to a class that is listening and responds to you. So science is all about learning. It's collaborative. No one learns on their own. We learn as a community. And so each and every one of you has the right to share an idea, to ask a question while the rest of you are listening. We're listening and respond. So if you have a question, we're going to have discussion. So you need to be listening, attentive, and need to be responsive in sharing your ideas and collaborating and coming together. Each and every one of you has the right to ask questions. No one knows everything. Some of us know more about a topic and some of you don't. So we need to bring everyone back up here. So in order to do that, you need to ask questions. And I want you to feel comfortable to ask questions. There's no such thing as a silly question, all right? So ask questions. I want you to do that. You have the right to be treated civilly. So treated and respected like everyone else. You have the right to have your ideas discussed, not you. So if someone shares something that you don't agree with, that's okay. We can discuss those ideas. You can say, no, what, I disagree. So if Mr. Berglund said that, no, I think the world is flat. Some of you are going to disagree with that. And so you can discuss my idea. Like, you know what, Mr. Berglund, respectfully, I disagree with your idea that the world is flat. I actually think that it is round. So now we're discussing my idea, not saying, oh, Mr. Berglund, you're stupid. You don't know anything. Nope. It's not about me. It's about my ideas. Let's respectfully talk about my ideas. Student obligations. What are you expected to do? You're expected to speak loud enough for everyone to hear you. Especially now that we're meeting virtually, it may be hard for some people. So we got to project our voice. We are projecting so that others can hear you. You're obligated to listen for understanding. While other people are talking, we're not. It's really, I understand we're virtually, we have other computers, we're in a home. It may be easily to be distracted and not paying attention. But we really need to really focus, be mindful that we're listening to understand. So if someone asks a question, we can understand where they're coming from. And you know what? If I say something they don't understand, you'd be like, Mr. Berglund, I don't understand. Can you elaborate? Can you, rephrase that? So we really need to be attentive. Then you are obligated to agree or disagree in response. So, and explain why. If I say the world is flat, you'd be like, Mr. Berglund, I disagree with you. Cool. Well, why do you disagree with me? All right, we need to share ideas so that maybe I can understand where you're coming from and help me see a different perspective. All right. Science journals. Each and every one of you has a science journal. You guys are used to this last year, so I really don't need to go in. But we're going to be using this to make observations. You're going to be writing down key vocabulary. It's just a tool that is used to help you. We're going to go post chronologically. So if on our first page is on September 15th, we're going to turn the next page for September 16th. We don't want to start one page on September 15th, turn 30 pages, and do September 16th, 30 pages down. It's not going to work chronologically. It's not going to flow. You've got a science packet sent home with you for your science worksheets. When we do fill those out, please post those in your science journals as well, because when we are in person, I will be checking these. It is part of your grade. And you need to take your note. You need to take notes in it. You need to be doing your work, make your observations. So when I ask you to do something, I can go through it and see that you're doing your work. And same with the worksheets. If you're not doing it, it's going to hurt your grade. I don't need this tool for me. This tool, like I say right here, is designed to help you. You're able to track your learning, take notes, because when we do have our quizzes, when we do have our tests, it will be a great tool for you to review and go back to see what we learned, because whatever I quiz or test you on, it's going to be stuff that we talked about in class. There shouldn't be anything that surprises you. So really, it's on you to take good notes because it will help you. Now, how this class works. So, synchronous investigation. Remember, synchronous means live. So, we'll be doing most of our investigations live on Google Meet. So, when it comes and you have your kit, you're going to be taking out your balances, you're going to be taking out your chemicals, and we're going to be doing these investigations together. And we're going to be sharing our ideas, and we're going to have synchronous and asynchronous discussions. So, we're going to have live discussions in real time, and we're going to have asynchronous or discussions off the live stream. So I may post a discussion on Google Classroom, and you'll go to your Google Classroom and you're going to share. You're going to share an idea, and I'm going to ask you to comment on other people's posts. And we're going to have discussions. So I'm going to say like, what is the difference between a mixture and a solution? And you're going to share. I think a mixture is yada yada, and a solution is what. And then if someone else comments, I'm going to all right, respond to what another classmate says. Do you agree or disagree? State why. We're going to be having discussions Google Classroom, on Jamboard, exit tickets. So you guys, I basically asked you to fill out the questionnaires, and basically exit tickets are questionnaires. And they're not going to be graded, but it's basically a tool for me to understand where you're at. So there's going to be maybe 2 or 3 questions per questionnaire, exit ticket. I'm sorry. And basically, some example of questions could be, what did you learn today? Another question could be, what are you still confused about? And a third question would be, how can I help you? So it's just a way for me to assess where you are in your understanding of what we just talked about that day. So I know if there's something that you say that you're confused about, I know that so-and-so is still confused. So when we have our next class, I can go back and we can talk about it to help you understand it a little bit more. Water break. So that's the goal and purpose of exit tickets, just to help me help you. They may be done during class. If we end a little early, we will end a little early each class. So that'll be time to fill it out, or you're going to have to take 3 to 5 minutes and just fill it off right after class so I know how you're feeling. It could be done via Jamboard, Flipgrid, or Google Classroom. Hang in there with me. We're getting there. Grades. So you are being graded this year, and I have the breakdown of how you will be graded. So there will be quizzes, one every two or 3 weeks, which are 10% of your grade. And they're just 2 to 4 questions based on the couple investigations we did to see where you are at. Participation. So what does participation look like? It's raising your hand, participating, sharing in discussions, typing in the chat so I can see, that you're with me and that you're paying attention. Tests and projects. So there will be tests at the end of units, and they're 20% of your grade. So everything you need should be in your science journal, what we talked about. Your science journals are 30%. I'm putting a big emphasis on those because I really want to encourage you to take good notes and do your work because it will help you. So I'm basically giving you free points to take notes and make observations and take detailed works. And then your investigations, the actual work. I want to see you engaged and doing your best with your investigation. I want to see, can you complete an investigation the right way? By doing the work and doing observations, that will help you complete your investigations when we have to take apart a solution or take apart a mixture. If I see you can do that, I know you're implying and that you understand the material, the concepts of what a mixture is and how you take it apart. And all assignments, whatever I want you to do, I will post it on Google Classroom. That is the platform that we will be using to see any work that is posted. All right, so again, you had your first assignment, which was to answer the questionnaire. I want to learn about you, and then you have the optional questionnaire. Questions you can ask me on Flipgrid, video responses, up to 3 questions. They can be silly or serious. But then I'm going to have you go in your first task. All right, you have a task that I need you to complete. Simple, it is on Jamboard, so I'm going to take you to the Jamboard. And remember, you can look at the tutorial and you will see that what it is. But this is your first Jamboard, is to see what you know about science. So you go here, you'll click on the link in your Google Classroom. It will bring you to this Jamboard. And it says, what is a scientist? You can disregard, this is Miss Sophus's page, but there'll be one for Mrs. Cregan's page. And what is a scientist? So you'll go over here it says sticky note. you'll click on sticky note. And for all your responses, normally I say they can be anonymous. You don't have to put your name. But I want to make sure that every one of you watch this video, because this counts as your class and that this is your attendance. So you're going to put your name. You're going to say Mr. Berglund, and then you're going to answer, what is a scientist? A scientist is someone who ... And you're going to click save, and it will post. And then I know Mr. Berglund commented and shared what he thinks a scientist is. And then up here, you'll click on the arrows. You'll see, go to next frame, because then it will take you to another question. What do scientists do? Again, we will come to the sticky note feature. You will click on it. Now, I'm feeling like I want to post in pink. Again, you're going to put your name, Mr. Berglund, so I know that you answered this question. Scientists do ... Save it, post it. Now I know you commented. Then there's only your third and final frame. What do you like about science? Again, sticky note. Click on it. You know what? I'm feeling orange. Put your name, Mr. Berglund. I love this scientific topic. And you share what your favorite scientific topic is, and then you will post it. All right, so this is your task. Mrs. Cregan's class, again, I am sorry that we have to have another meeting virtually, but on Tuesday you will see my face and we will meet in person. We will meet live. So I hope this video is informative. It helps you. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me, but I will talk to you later. Have a great day.